You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out.
Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV.
Someone in my DM say, is that what you and 50 Cent doing? Are y'all battle rapping? Is it beef, real beef? Well, I'm going to say this. Beef, it could be complicated, but I done took 50 Cent youngest son, Bruce Leroy, a.k.a. What? I done took him fishing before.
Welcome back to Soda TV. Man, our boy, we got, man, so many pieces today for you. Yeah, we got it for you. Just for you. First of all, you know, I do my 2-second positive talk. You know, it's warm out here. You know, we in the Midwest. Overly warm ain't the word. You know, get your, this ain't water, but get you minimum 2 bottles of water. If you want to drink one right before you leave, get yourself fully hydrated. Have one for the spare. And guess what? I say take 2 with you minimum, because guess what that other bottle could do? Save a life. Dehydration is real out here. All right, so we got 3-piece today. Yeah, man, I'm spoiling y'all because I love y'all, man. Hey, no more. We got Maine Music. You know, bad news, man. He was working his heart out too, man. And I got a bone to pick, because it's like, he had Spider Nation affiliates around him. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when him and Tech was at like not the beginning of they beef, but like towards the middle. Like Maine Music was dissing him, and it was some people around him saying that they, you know, Spider Nation and been with it. You know what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z. They was older looking dudes. But I just gotta ask, why he had to tote for himself? Why he had to have it for himself? Like, I understand that he ain't had the biggest bag, but he had the ability to reach it. It was attainable with him, like he was a asset. But that's what happens in our black community. Y'all know how we lose people like Nipsey, people like Lil Snoop, people like, you know, FBG Duck. We don't look at them as assets. When we don't treat them as assets, when even we know their assets, they know their assets, but they may not be able to afford what assets need, the security that assets such as themselves need. Man, it's crazy, man. So he back in there. We gonna get into that. Dang, man, Music, you didn't even last it. It wasn't a year, was it? He didn't even really get to drop no album. He dropped back to back to back to back on YouTube. He dropped like a quick 10-piece spicy on them for show. He was dropping them videos. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen nobody like, honestly. I mean, people do fast. Like NBA YoungBoy is consistent. He not. I ain't never seen nobody as fast as Maine Music. Like some days it was, you feel me, back to back to back, tomorrow Maine Music got something like man, Maine Music was dropping so much that I got tired of that stuff. Man, I got tired of Maine Music so fast, man. Like it's like I got tapped out quick, like, because I guess that's why you see artists and you see record labels holding artists back, and you see like why artists seem like you always gotta beg them for music, and it ain't that they don't have any music, and it ain't that they don't want to release it, but they have to make it to where there's, I guess they want to seem somewhat not exclusive, but when you're able to be accessed by everybody at any point, and you're just out there freely, you are it's like you ain't no real commodity. I don't know how to put it, but you know, artists rather release their stuff gradual and consistently, and keep you waiting and keep you anticipating. You know what I'm saying? That's how the record, the music world is structured. But then we gonna get into what we got. Ooh, Lil Durk. Yeah, man. The manager, OTF Vonnie, which is said to be King Von's cousin. I think somebody brought proof that is that not his blood, something like that. But yeah, man, he got some stuff going on in this case that's raising eyebrows, and y'all know when people get raising eyebrows to federal cases like that, y'all know what it is. You know what it is. And T.I. voice back then, when he had that country voice with that look he used to always have on his face, with that little cold sort of he used to always have in the corner, talking about some with that smirk T.I. used to have, like, get your rubber band, man, face out of here. Yeah, OTF Vonnie, it seemed like he done struck a deal, man. Like,
Allegedly.
I ain't gonna lie, we got the text messages to prove it. We going through it, man. Yeah, just like that. And then we gonna drift off to the updates on the 50 Cent and Rick Ross beef. The beef that will never end, no matter how old they get, man. They gon', as long as they got breath in their body, they gon' sneak this at the minimum. You feel me? Right now, they in a what mid 40s, late 40s, approaching early 50s. You know what I'm saying? When they get in their late 60s and that period of time where you don't really talk mess to nobody and stuff publicly and stuff, they gonna go to every now and then they gonna be typing sneak disses on whatever social media comes out in that year. They gonna be still trading salts on their watch. At least 50 years. At that point in time, Rick Ross probably gonna been in, you know, the only reason he do what he do like he doing today, and he sent some low blows today, because he incorporated not only just 50 Cent's baby mother, this ain't Tia, this ain't got nothing to do with her. No, that ain't even 50 baby mama, that's Ross. But no, this is 50 Cent's baby mama that I never even knew existed. Never. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent son they getting that. Well, I think Rick Ross nickname, this gotta be 50 Cent's son, because it just makes sense. 50 Cent admitting to, unless she got another son that she not showing, but this gotta be 50 son. And I think Rick Ross, they nicknamed him Bruce Leroy. Hey man, we gonna get into all this. Like I say, man, go ahead and like me up. Don't lock me up. You feel me? I ain't gonna do too much asking and begging, but if y'all want to know why I asked for that, it's because that's the only way that YouTube will place me where I need to be, as far as, you know, the algorithm, to where people are able to watch this and catch it and see that it exists, the video. I do a lot of work, you know, a lot of study up, you know, prepping and notes, and you see the editing, you know, you see the pictures next to it's a lot of work, man, y'all. Mastering, you know, work art for the that you see when you click on the video, you know, the name in the video, that takes time to think and organize the right words and put it in a short amount of words. Like I do, it's a lot, man, hours and hours, you know, and I don't ask for any money from y'all, you know, but I would appreciate that like button. So getting into the Maine music, and like, he wasn't my favorite out of the Spider Nation, you know what I'm saying? Even though when he got up, you know, in Baton Rouge, what was that, probably like a 10 piece ago or less, just right around there, 10 years ago or less, right around there, did him nasty. How many times was it? Like 20 something. Like, they hit his car up like way more than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the number in this video, but they did him so dirty and God so good. That's why I believe he, you know what I'm saying, I feel like he grateful, you know what I'm saying? But he was so messed up. Like, the dude that was trying to help him while he was hit up on the ground, he kept hearing Maine Music say, and he's Maine Music telling them call Luwop, which is tech. Man, the dude, Maine Music, so weak and hit up. I can imagine that maybe even hit up along his, you know, maybe his face, neck, or something that's dealing with his vocals. But other than either that or that he was super weak, and the guy was hearing that Tupac, he thought he was saying Tupac. He like, this dude out of it the whole time. He really telling him to call the person that needs to be called. And Maine Music, you know, if you don't want nobody to call your relatives, your mama and all them, and you calling your mans and them, you looking for revenge already, and you on the ground. Real street ninja. You know, some people would say that's real stupid, you know, but, you know, if you just gotta look at it from different points of views, I guess. But yeah, man, Maine Music ain't been out, what? Man, it's crazy, man. He was in there for a blick, or was it a few blicks? I think, see, how he ended up getting in there was, it was just the weirdest sequence of events. But he had a video, but but he was making videos of him with heavy artillery and testing blicks out with, I don't know if it was just Spider Nation or just Spider Nation and affiliates or just people that he messed with. But man, they was testing them things, going by the waters and unloading them things. But then I think he ended up saying, I don't know what happened that made him diss Donald Trump, but he said something towards negatively towards the president, and you know, he said when he picked him up, you know how that go. But I mean, it only makes sense, you know. I don't know if you was clout chasing or you thought it was a game, the Secret Service, or you thought that those aeristic rats and stuff like that was you know, a lot of black people don't get picked up for those type of charges. So yeah, we would take those lightly, you know what I'm saying. I ain't never known nobody to be picked up for that, but I have heard that they can hold you indefinitely for the right type of, you feel me. Yeah, man, they only gave him they charged him with the blicks. I don't know how many, but I'm talking about for the Donald Trump stuff. We getting into his current situation, man. Maine Music got caught with another blick. I wonder, was it in Baton Rouge? I'm almost willing to bet $1,000. That's on weapons charges. DeMarcus Davis. How he get Maine Music out of that? So he didn't take the Maine Music from his name. You would have think that his name was Tremaine or something like that, and that's how he got the Maine. Most people names do derive like that. December 2019. But you know what? I'm almost guaranteeing he was on federal probation. Like, I went to the feds. Like, the type of time he did, you don't even get out with less than 3 years paper. It don't have too much, and that's probably because they took him on a federal violation, and he finna go through the process of violation first, and then they have to, you know, you don't know what he finna get for that. There's no bond for doing that with the feds, so, and no sense of even looking for that part. So the charge is going to be a little minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the feds you gotta go through court dates of, you know, violation type of, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't even supposed to be around that stuff, boy. But I'm gonna keep you posted, updated on that for show. You know. Like, somebody should have been holding that thing, man. All them dudes that was around him, taking up for him with when he with Tech, going against Tech, y'all should have been holding the blitz. Y'all with Maine, right? Y'all with him beefing against his the realest friend he ever had. You know, even though they falling out, shoot, hold them things. Do what he really needs you to do. He need to secure his life, because the stuff he rapping about, so he can have to break y'all off some of the residuals. Like, man, like, people be tripping me out, like, about how unuseful they be, man. Like, a ninja want to be around sucking up all the air, and like, man. But like I said, I'm gonna keep y'all updated, man. All right, man, getting on to the next subject. Hit the like button. Y'all know what the motto is. Please. I ain't forcing. We don't force nobody to do nothing here. We don't even come like that. We ask with humility. We humble here. I'm gonna go with the Durk subject, right? Cause that's so interesting, man. That's so crazy, man. They said Vonnie getting that. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Vonnie, man, that dude. I read the text too, man. That's some wild stuff, man. Like, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like, I know what stuff carrying. Like, what? Man, listen. This dude talking about getting 1-digit numbers for that guy. A murder for hire? And you talking 5, 6, 7 years? You what agency do you work for, boy? Like, for real. The receipts come in the form of, with this video, is text messages from Vonnie to who? I don't know that part. But if these are true, because we are still solidifying that this stuff is 100% real, you know. So we're saying allegedly, everybody that's reported it has said for right now we're in the alleged state, but it's more than likely, you know, leaning towards the true. We just haven't 100% solidified it, invalidified it. But you got one blogger that's swearing up and down that this is Swiper texting himself, trolling OTF with no real receipts, but he makes he kind of packages it in a decent way. But it's like, you know, it seems like it's a real conversation for show, and it makes sense, you know, but only you yourself would, you know, judge for yourself. Each person is going to be kind of different. So the only justice I can do is start with the text messages, right? So we're going to start at 1. Guess this is Vonnie here, telling whoever he texting, this is my jail number. If you need to get in contact, send me a message here. Inshallah, I call you this week. Just now able to get everything on point. So, you know, he Muslim, he getting that inshallah. You know what I'm saying? He's showing them that, look, I'm still humble like I was on the street. Be with me. That he getting that inshallah. Send what you can, baby. By the way, I'm just getting myself in order. Send what you can for that commissary. And for me to buy these phone cards so I can run that phone bill up. Inshallah. You know, I just be, you know, I be talking my stuff, but I just know how people be, man. I know how ninjas be, man. Believe me, you. Okay, Grant. Yeah, I'm trying to plead out to a 32, which is the base for M for hire. Max is 43, which is life. Minus 2 points for plea, minus 1 point for early plea, 2 points for no background. 27 is 5 to 7 years. Hopefully, inshallah, it's better than that. I can't go to trial, might get elbowed. Don't want them to do me like them other boys Who them other boys? Mr. Manager? No, what you think you might get life like them other boys? What you might get life like other OTF affiliates? Or and if you're talking about them other boys and other OTF affiliates, you can't be leaving out the head honcho that's looking at the biggest numbers. So what you're saying, Durky Yo could be getting the elbow, and you may have some inside information? How so, Sway? How you know, Vonnie? How low can you go? How low can you go? How you know, Vonnie? Because I'm trying to look at that 5 to 7 years for M for hire. That's why I know. Like I think you know what's crazy when they said his 32 is base. I think mine was like 32 for real. But the thing is, he didn't say he ain't even adding the it's 2 points too for accepting responsibility. Well, that's what he meant for the plea. Okay. 2 points for no background. Oh, he ain't got no background. Oh, dang. No, my base wasn't 32. Dang, I forgot that's saving Vonnie. See, like, I think he in a different bracket than anybody else on that case. Facts. They all starting off way more years than him. Just to consider it and could consider it M for hire, they have to like prove the elements of it, right? Which they clearly have, you know, but we haven't understood them. But I kind of do a little bit. But you know, it has to mean that uses of interstate of foreign commerce. So that's the that's like what I got hit with. That's when them blitz coming across the state lines, to my knowledge. The intent to commit unaliving, the M word, and compensation. Oh, somebody must have been paid. Yeah. So imprisonment up to 20 years for personal injury, up to 25 years for unaliving, and up to 10 years for other violations. So there is no mandatory minimum on that, but they got mandatory minimum. See, this is the problem I had when I went in there, right? Would y'all believe that for, you know, our thing was selling rack, right? And other stuff, right? Because they get you with the blicks. That's a big charge. Like, if you was getting caught with 50 grams of rack with a background, with a decent background, you could be looking at life up in there, man. Wow, man. Just wow. But either way, it doesn't make it any more understandable of how this dude Vonnie is gonna be walking away with a, what did he say, 5, 6, or 7, 5 or 7, like. But with no background, it does put him at the very least of it. You know what I'm saying? And the numbers can get sweet on that end. But, and see, the feds, when they want something, right? I'm telling you, they had, rug me up flights of stairs, down flights of stairs, took me to cornfield and stopped the car and read me and this wasn't even my case. This because they wanted me to cooperate on somebody else's case and I wasn't going. So imagine Vonnie being involved in it. They not finna let you get matter of fact, now that I thought of it, you not getting no minimum nothing like that sweet if you ain't cooperating, boy. What is you talking about? I just thought about it. Dude, ain't none of that going on. None of it. You can't even really take your time and get that 2 points that he talking about, that for pleading out. That's really called accepting responsibility. You can't do that without telling basically what you did. In the bigger scheme of things, right? So basically, if I was the one that pulled the blick in the bank takedown, I'm gonna say, I'm admitting that there was a bank takedown and that I'm the one that pulled the thing, and that's how I get to accept my plea, aka plead out, as he stated, aka it's really called accepted responsibility. See, I think he worded it like that. Vonnie think he's slick. See, Vonnie got the right one though. Y'all glad y'all here with Soda TV. We gonna get into a conspiracy someone had about this. They seem to believe that this is Swiper plan with the messages, and this ain't Vonnie at all. And it's so funny that Seti Nash did his little thing on this. Hey Swiper, check this out. If you playing and they find out it's you and you is playing, check it out.
Got it. News is behind all this. You don't see it? It's right there in front of you. She takes my money when I'm in need. Oh, she a gold digger. Y'all ain't find it funny that she ain't put no explanation with these texts? Those are texts. She's reposting texts. Look at his fucking logo.
Well, there's something the feds should be aware of, because I'm finna go 2-0 against y'all real quick. If the feds knew or should have known the in the law, check it out. If a federal informant is manipulating witnesses, especially through threats, bribery, or deception, that can be considered coercion. And depending on the circumstances, it may be attributed to the federal government. Here's how it breaks down legally. State action doctrine. If the informant is acting under the direction or encouragement of federal agents, their action may be considered state action, meaning the government could be held responsible for any misconduct. If the feds knew or should have known the informant was coercing or manipulating witnesses and it allowed it, that's a big problem, because that's witness tampering. That's 18 U.S.C. 1512. Even if the informant is not officially a government employee, using them to intimidate or influence witnesses violates federal law. Witness tampering is a felony. If an informant threatens someone to not testify or change their story, is a criminal coercion. If the government endorsed or benefited from that behavior, it could invalidate testimony or even result in a case being dismissed.
So yeah, that's not the way to go. You a whole Asian out here, boy. You gotta follow the rules. So yeah, man. So y'all think Vonnie then turned in some major things, and that you know what I'm saying, he has already been guaranteed something decent, which is why he can tell her what he's thinking, because they ain't even been found. You know, they ain't nobody in the stage of taking the call, because they still fighting. How you already picking out your time? Like, you at the end of the rainbow. We at the beginning of the rainbow. We fighting the sun. God, man. Oh yeah, it was one more message, y'all. I'm tweaking. That shows something else, y'all. I can't not let y'all get the full effect. Man, she's saying like, man, something happened to Vine that was like, that we don't know of. Like, the real what we saw with King Von going like that was not what we saw. Yeah, meaning that, hold on, so I gave y'all all the way to, yeah, what he said we get. So the last one is, she said, you got it under control. If you take a plea, everyone else has to take a plea, because you're accepting responsibility. Didn't I say that? Meaning you're telling what your role in it was, but you can come home tomorrow if you let them know about Vine, and you have meat and eats to support. What's that? So what I got out of that is what we saw about Vine. Something happened to Vine. Something sneaky. So not only Durk got something unsuspected that may be coming to him, this King Von stuff is deeper than we thought. This may be opening up another case. But if they open this back up, they gonna open this up federally, cause you can't do it state again. There's no double jeopardy, and this gonna be bigger than Bill Cosby, Puff Daddy, and Epstein put together. Real rap. If, you know, who knows, man? Only time will tell. But I got to get to this last piece, man. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this, man, down in the comment section where it goes down. You know, do y'all think that Vonnie then got down and then secured his release? But like I told y'all, it throws everybody under the bus when he does, because if he do, then he admits that it did take place, and for sure he admitted way more than any one of us may know. But we will know. We should know. I don't know how they do these federal cases. I doubt that it's played out in front of the world like YSL Woody, but who knows in 2025, you know. You know, I'm gonna keep y'all posted. You feel me? Did I tackle everything in there? Yeah. So getting into the last part, we got this Rick Ross and 50 Cent beef. Hit the like button, please, and thank you, because you don't have to do anything you don't want to do as a grown man or woman. But by doing so, it is helping me stand a chance at this video succeeding how it needs to succeed, meaning, go up in the algorithm, which y'all may not see and may not know, but that's a good thing, meaning that basically more people get to see it, you know, and you know, I deserve that, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? I don't ask y'all for y'all money, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these other channels do. I don't do that. I ain't getting donations from y'all like Hassan Campbell, you know what I'm saying? Which I would have, but I ain't turning none down, but you know, I just ask y'all to hit the like button, man, you know, and ride with me. And no, matter of fact, before this, I need you to also share this if you got the time. You know, I know a lot of y'all are busy and don't have all the time in the world on your hands, so only if you got the time. But definitely subscribe if you aren't subscribed for show, without a doubt. You know, and notification bell, keep you notified on everything I drop. You know, that's for you personally, you know, and I want you to be suited and booted. Why wouldn't I? You are I. So, yeah, man, this Rick Ross and 50 Cent stuff gotta stop, man. They getting old and they don't care. They plan to take this to the grave. You know, 50 Cent gonna be, if one of them pass, you know, if Ross passed first, 50 Cent gonna be doing him like he did. He gonna do him worse than he did Irv Gotti when he posted himself in that lounge. It looked like he had I don't know, there had to be animation when he had that gravestone and smoking on Irv and get this acting like he playing, I'm just playing. And then yeah, Ja Rule wasn't on his. Hey, Ja Rule was snapping when he went on his responses though. Gotta talk about how 50 ain't never do nothing but be a victim and all that. He was going crazy. But yeah, man, we thought Rick Ross ain't had no trolly woly in him. So what he did was, so I didn't know about 50 Cent baby mamas and all that, you know, until today. Man, I ain't fascinated, but hey, you know, I kind of like the girls that got the pretty skin and you can see the skin and it ain't just 1,000% makeup, you know. Not talking about his BM, but I'm not saying I'm not talking about her, you know. But her name is Daphne Joy. I hope I said it right. You know, 50 Cent did admit that this was his BM on air, I believe. Okay. Now, you got pictures with her and all this stuff and with the kids, so it's no secret. So this girl is not a stranger to the industry. She's not a new face and she is not new meat. Okay, you know, I saw her with, I think this dude here is her first husband. I don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to show how she's been around. You know, see her when you with the diddler, when you seen with him, you know, we don't know what you have been accounted for. I'm trying to find the right way to put it, because it's like, you know, you see how you got Cassie coming out, you know, not just the freak offs, but what he had her do to everybody else. It's like it's always some extra. You know, you got the security that was with P. Diddy talking about that was him and Meek that was up in that room with all that baby oil that was found in the house. And you heard them on that recording doing all that yelling, and that sound like somebody was not in their right mind, being taken advantage of. You know, with all that going around, you see innocent Daphne Joy just strolling through the estate, ain't did nothing, just as innocent as Mary. That's who she is. Yeah. So yeah, man. This dude Rick Ross not only takes it to her, but goes a step further. And this gotta be this little kid has to be 50's son. So, yeah, it is. Rick Ross says it in the video, right? But this dude Rick Ross nicknamed him Bruce Leroy, and it'd be different if he didn't look like Bruce Leroy, but you know what I'm saying, he getting that Bruce Leroy. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to what Rick Ross says, and then I'm gonna view a few things. Roll it.
So forth. Someone in my DM say, is that what you and 50 Cent doing? Are y'all battle rapping? Is it beef, real beef? Well, I'm gonna say this. Beef, it could be complicated, but I done took 50 Cent youngest son, Bruce Leroy, aka what? I done took him fishing before. And he loved when I do the what noise. You know, I used to see him all the time over there. But I guess one day his mom may have been creating content on Star Island somewhere, and he was walking around on his second lap. I invited him to the back of my crib. I put bread on a fishing pole, cast it. I watched Bruce Leroy catch his first Dover sole. Man, I felt proud. What? Little man, what's up? So 50, look, I mentioned your youngest son, Bruce Leroy. Me taking him fishing for the first time, watching him catch his first Dover sole. That ain't a snapper. Now, but me and my buddies, we was talking about little man possibly suffering with trauma in the future. And I said, okay, that's something I never thought about, trauma. But if he is suffering from trauma or needs any assistance, I'm gonna be here for him. I would love to get him a puppy. What kind of puppy? Chihuahua? All right. A Chihuahua for Bruce Leroy. What?
Okay. Now we gotta always see. I told y'all the fans take over this channel, man. Hey, y'all know who run it. Y'all do. So I'm finna give y'all what you want and what you need. Believe. But hey, let me get that like right quick. For y'all that haven't, for those of you who are holding it to the end, come on, man. Y'all see how I'm coming. All facts. And content. I ain't sitting here lollygagging and not giving y'all the content and from the horse's mouth. We got at Grinders 713. Ross get a pass since 50 took Ross baby mama shopping with his son. I concur. That's basically some equal that equals the playing field type of deal, that they cancel each other out. You know what I'm saying? It's like neck and neck. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We got at Rob Skinnier Jr. Hope I'm doing it right. Normally kids are off limit, but when it comes to 50, all bets off. You know, I feel that. Why? Because I think where he getting at is 50 Cent goes so hard that you got to come with a little extra spice. You might have to get on that next level just to see eye to eye with his trolling and to combat his trolling and his, you know, his fans. The what you going, you feel me? You gotta, you know, gotta get with the program. So I dig it. This newer generation ill me with this selective respect, like talking about some kids off limit. Man, like y'all don't even clean up y'all room and respect y'all parents, and don't respect the elderly, don't respect the school. Y'all up in there molly-whopping the substitute teachers. Is all on YouTube and Facebook, like, but normally kids are off limits. If you don't, but yeah, we got at Mr. Date Brown. His son does look like Bruce Leroy. Concur. Yeah. Hey, give me a light for that one right there, boy. We messing with that one. We got at the Wood. Man, I'm not even finna try to pronounce that type of name, dude. What the world? That look like a name of look, y'all look at his name. Don't it look like the name of Z's? Dawood Hayat travels. Like 50 can play dumb, but deep down he must be hurt. That's embarrassing. I mean, what's embarrassing? Another man having your son. What, the nicknaming part? I mean, that's not really. I mean, worse goes on than that everyday life. Like 50 Cent he into it with his own son. So I'm pretty sure that his emotions at this point should be bulletproof. So someone, just as long as someone, there's no disrespect going on, you can give him a nickname, a cool nickname that he don't know the full meaning of the trolling aspect of it, and you can play with him. Like the mother isn't gonna allow it to exceed, what it needs to exceed, and just as long as she don't call me and need the backup, we good. So nah, I can't. I don't figure deal that one. How y'all feel about that? Moving on, we got one more. We got JH 4911. Ross is the only one who can outro 50. That sounds good, but this is Ross' first time like really making me laugh, like personally. 50 Cent make a ninja laugh 2 times a week, so I don't know what Rick Ross you talking about. Is you talking about the Ross with the belly? Like he didn't even troll. So what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we're awaiting pending a response. It's pending because 50 is Mr. Answer Right Back himself. What I'm saying? And I'm gonna hit y'all right with it. Like Barry Bonds. As soon as it come through, yeah, you can bet your food stamps on that. But yeah, man, how y'all feel about Rick Ross involving the kid into this conversation, because Rick Ross was thirsty to put the kid in there, like, yeah, look, Bruce Leroy, and with Diddy, and like, dude, like, do you think it was necessary? Do you think it was fair game? Do you think that it was, it wasn't really nothing? It's of course, if you aren't with your baby mother or girl, if you aren't with her and you've moved on, she's moved on, she's gonna see other men, and you're okay with that. And by you been in the entertainment business, her being in you been in entertainment and her fame chasing, and you can't really say that, but you can really, because a lot of these women don't have identities until you feel me. For a great example, Rick Ross baby mama, that 50 Cent was doing all this too. It's crazy that, like, it's just some people call it karma, but it's like Tia, Rick Ross baby mama, you know what I'm saying, where was her identity before Ross? You know what I'm saying? But now that she went through 50, lit her up, you know what I'm saying, and then she was quiet for a while, and then this last months, maybe approximately a year, she been going crazy on the internet. So you know what I'm saying, she did something with that, with what she was given. So hey man, say man, what y'all think about it all. Let me know, because as y'all know, I do reply to all comments. I am not these YouTubers that see your comment and act like it don't exist and go ahead and make another video. Nah. Y'all know I get down and I get in it, and you know this, man, if you are new to this channel. So with that being said, the like and the share should have been done by now, so I'm not even going to address it. For those of you who are not subscribed to this channel, this is the very last chance to do so. I believe you're subscribing to a good thing, real rap. Notification bell, keep you notified. And this is the realest celebrity news channel, if I must say so myself, the Real Soda TV, and the spokesman is me. I'm out.